Hello. In today's lesson, we're actually doing a chapter 2 review. So we will be looking at the skills that we've learned in chapter 2. And we're on page 97 of our fourth grade math book. So numbers 1 through 3, it says use the table. All right, and so remember when we look at tables, we want to make sure we understand it. So here we have prices for trees. And then I have 3 trees in this column, and I have another 3 trees in this column. I see that we have a regular price for each tree. And then I see a special price if we buy 3 or more. Okay, so that's important because I don't have to pay the same amount. I can pay less if I buy 3 or more. All right, so what is the cost of 3 bur oak trees? Bur oak trees, 3 of them. It means I get the special price. So 32 times 3. 3 sets of 2 ones is 6 ones. 3 sets of 3 tens is 9 tens. So $96 for 3 bur oak trees. And number 4, Mr. 10 buys 4 white pine trees and 5 birch trees. What is the cost of the trees? Show your work and explain how you found your answer. All right, so the 4 white pine trees are $37 because we're buying more than 3. So 37 times 4. And we're also buying 5 birch trees. So we also get a special price on those of $8. So we'll say 8 times 5. Okay. And then we're going to have to add them together because it says what is the cost of the trees. So 4 sets of 7 ones is 28 ones. 4 sets of 3 tens is 12 tens plus 2 more is 14 tens. And 8 times 5 is 40. So now we need to add the 2 trees costs together. 8, 8, 1. So $188 for the 4 white pine trees and the 5 birch trees. Okay, so what did we do? Found the cost to buy each type of tree. And then added their total cost together. Okay. Number 3. Rudy will buy 3 ivory silk lilac trees or 2 bur oak trees. He wants to buy the trees that cost less. What trees will he buy? So we want to find the trees that cost less. So the 3 ivory silk trees is $22 for 3 or more. So 22 times 3. And the other choice was 2 bur oak trees. And I have to pay the regular price for those because I'm not buying 3 or more. So 35 times 2. Okay, doesn't matter which one we solve first. 3 times 2 ones is 6 ones. 3 times 2 tens is 6 tens. 2 times 5 ones is 10 ones. 2 times 3 tens is 6 tens plus 1 more is 7. So now we just have to compare. 66 compared to 70. 66 is less. So Rudy will buy 3 ivory silk lilac trees. All right. Number 4 on page 98. So on these, we do want to probably multiply each of these to make sure we get the right answers for 4A through 4D. And I'm going to use a separate sheet of scratch paper just to make sure I have enough room. And so my first one is 194 times 7. And 7 times 4 ones is 28 ones. Regroup that as 2 tens and 8 ones. 7 sets of 9 tens is 63 tens, plus 2 more tens is 65 tens. Rename that as 6 hundreds and 5 tens. 7 sets of 100 is 700, plus 6 regrouped hundreds is 1,358. That does not match 1,338. So I'm going to say that's false. Next, I need to figure out 5,126 times 5. And 5 times 6 is 30. I'll rename that as 3 tens and 0 ones. 5 sets of 2 tens is 10 tens, plus 3 more is 13 tens, which I'll rename as 1 100 and 3 tens. 5 sets of 100 is 5, plus the regrouped 100 is 600. 5 times 5,000 is 25,630, and that does match. So that's a true statement. 367 times 8. 8 times 7 is 56 ones. 8 times 6 is 48 tens, plus 5 more tens is 53 tens, which we're renaming as 5 hundreds and 3 tens. 8 sets of 300s is 2,400, plus 5 regrouped hundreds is 2,900, 2,936. That does not match. So that's a false statement. And D, 3,952 times 4. So 4 sets of 2 ones is 8 ones. 4 sets of 5 tens is 20 tens. Rename that as 2 hundreds and 0 tens. 4 sets of 900 is 36 hundreds, plus 2 more is 38 hundreds. 4 sets of 3,000 is 12,000, plus 3 more is 15,000. 15,808. 15,808. That matches, so that's good. All right, part 5, draw a line to match each section in the model to the partial product it represents. Okay, so this number was originally 146. They've split it using expanded form, 100 plus 40 plus 6. And this first box means 3 times 100. The next box means 3 times 40. So 3 times 40. And the last one is 3 times 6. And now we're going to find 146 times 3. Okay, so I'm going to use that model to solve this problem. So we have 100 times 3, which is 300. We have 40 times 3, which is 120. We have 6 times 3, which is 18. And then we'll add the partial products. 8, 3, 4, 438. Okay, so what did we do? We multiplied 146 by 3 by doing 100 times 3, which was 300, plus 40 times 3, which was 120, plus 6 times 3, which is 18, for a total of 438. 438. Okay, let's move on to number 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 times as many as 4. And so we have to write an equation using the numbers on the tiles. So we have to use these tiles. And so I just said 8 times as many as 4 is 32. So basically it's just reading the model for this problem. The next one, 2, 4, 6 times as many as 8 is 48. And 9 times 3, so 9 times as many as 3 is 27. Okay, seems simple enough. All right, 7a. Multiply 7 times 43. Write true or false for each statement. 7 times 43. So is 280 a reasonable estimate? Well, 43 is in between 40 and 50. So 40 times 7 is 280. 50 times 7 is 350. So 43 times 7 has to be in between those. So that is a reasonable estimate. Use partial products. The products are 21 and 28. Well, let's see. 7 times 40 is 280. And 7 times 3 is 21. So yes, the 21, but not 28. It's 280. So no. Using regrouping. Okay, so I got to multiply it again. And 7 times 3 is 21. So I'm going to regroup the 21 ones as 2 10s and 1 1. 2 10s and 1 1. No, that's not true. They're saying 1 10 and 2 1s. That's backwards. Okay, we have 2 10s and 1 1. The product is 301. Yes. 7 times 40 is 280, plus 2 more is 30 10s, so 301. So that is true. It costs 9,328 points to build each apartment building in the computer game Big City Building. What is the cost to build 5 apartment buildings? Show your work. So 9,328 times 5. The reason I can multiply by 5 is because each building will take 9,328 points. 5 times 8 ones is 40 ones. Regroup the 40 ones as 4 10s and 0 1s. 5 times 2 10s is 10, plus 4 more is 14 10s. 5 sets of 300s is 1500s, plus 1 more is 1600. 5 sets of 9,000 is 45,000, plus the regrouped 46,000. So it's going to take 46,640 points. Number 9, using place value and expanded form. So multiply 7 times 462 using place value and expanded form. Choose the number from the box to complete the expression. All right. So it's basically like the boxes on the previous problem where we had 3 times 100, 3 times 40, 3 times 6. It's the same idea. So 7 times 400, 7 times 60, 7 times 2. So 462. For these, For 10A and 10B, use place value to find the product. All right, so we have 600 here, so we have 600s. So 3 times 6, the basic math fact, gives me 1800s. So how do I write 1800s? 18 and 2 zeros from the hundreds. 5 times 400. So I have 4 hundreds, and I'm going to multiply by 5. So the basic math fact, 5 times 4 is 20. So 20 hundredths. How do we write 20 hundredths? Well, we write the 20 and we put the 2 zeros from the hundredths. Number 11, Liam has 3 boxes of baseball cards with 50 cards in each box. He also has 5 boxes with 40 basketball cards in each box. If Liam goes to the store and buys 50 more baseball cards, how many baseball and basketball cards does Liam have? So we can go 50 times 3. We can go 40 times 5. And we're going to add the 50. So 3 sets of 50 is 150. 5 sets of 40 is 200. So now add those 3 sets together. I'll rewrite this so that the 50's there. And 150 plus 50 is 200. 200 plus 200, 400 baseball and basketball cards. Number 12, there is a sale at the library. The price for each book is $4. Which expression can be used to show how much money the library will make if it sells 289 books? Use the numbers on the tiles to complete your answer. So this is the same as number 9 that we did, where we had 462 broken up. This time we're going to break up 289. So I'm going to break that up as 289. So I'm using the 200, I'm using the 80, and I'm using the 9. And then 4 was also used. All right, now find 8 times 397, show your work, and explain why the strategy you chose works best with the factors. Eight times 397. Well, I might as well keep this idea going that we have in number 12. So 8 times 300 plus 8 times 90 plus 8 times 7. So 8 times 300 is 2400. 8 times 90 is 720. And 8 times 7 is 56. Add those partial products together. 6, 7, 11 hundreds. Regroup 10 of the hundreds as 1,000. So 2,000 plus 1 is 3,000. This method works best because 390 are multiples of 10. And 8 times 7 is a basic fact. $14. So a clown bought 6 bags of round balloons with 24 balloons in each bag. The clown also bought 3 bags of long balloons with 36 balloons in each bag. How many more long balloons than round balloons did the clown buy? Okay, so this question has actually been written incorrectly. So this should say how many more round balloons than long balloons did the clown buy? And I'll show you that right now as to why that's written wrong. So we have 24 balloons in each bag, in the 6 bags that he bought that were round. 6 times 4 ones is 24 ones. 6 times 20 is 1,200. That's not what I wanted to say. I wanted to say 12 tens. 12 tens plus 2 more tens is 14 tens. 14 tens is 140. So we have 144 round balloons. All right. Then he also bought 3 bags of 36. Well, 3 times 6 ones is 18. Regroup that as 110 and 8 ones. 3 sets of 3 tens is 9 tens, plus the regroup 10 is 108. So there's no way there can be more long than round. There's more round than long. So 144, take away 108. I can't take 8 from 4, so I'll regroup. And 14 take away 8 is 6. 3 take away 0. So there's 36 more round balloons. The clown also bought 5 bags of heart-shaped balloons with 14 balloons in each bag. When the clown blew up all of the round, long, and heart-shaped balloons, 23 balloons burst. How many blown-up balloons were left? Explain your answer. So 5 bags of 14. So the first thing we need to do is figure out how many heart-shaped balloons. Well, 5 times 4 ones is 21s. Regroup that as 2 tens. 5 sets of 110 is 5, and 2 more is 7. So we have 70 heart balloons. Well, we need the 144 round balloons. We need the 108 long balloons. And we need the 70 heart. So that's how many balloons he blew up. 8 plus 4 is 12 ones. Regroup that as 110 and 2 ones. 7 and 4 tens is 11 tens, plus the regroup 10. We have 12 tens. I'll regroup that as 100 and 2 tens. And 3 ones is 300. So he blew up 322 total balloons. But 23 of those balloons popped. Okay. I can't take 3 from 2, so I'll regroup. And now I can take 12 take away 3 is 9 ones. 1 take away 2 tens. I can't do that, so I'll regroup. 11 take away 2 tens is 9 tens. And 200 take away nothing is 2. So 299 balloons left. So what did we do? Well, first, multiplied 14 and 5 to get heart-shaped balloons. Second, added all 3 types of balloons. To get 322. And third, subtracted the 23 that popped. To get 299 left. Okay. So it says how many balloons were left? 299. And then it says explain your answer. So that's what I did in words. First, I multiplied 14 and 5 to get the heart-shaped balloons. Second, I added all 3 types of balloons to get 322. And third, I subtracted the 23 that popped to get 299 left. Okay, let's move on to number 15. All All right, so Hector planted 185 flowers in 2 days. There were 5 volunteers, including Hector, who each planted about the same number of flowers. About how many flowers did they plant? Well, so if we wanted to do 185 times 5, we could do that. But we're not certain that all 5 volunteers planted 185 flowers because it says about. So actually a better idea would be to round 185 to 200. So each of them planted about 200 plants for 5, and there was 5 of them that did this. So they want to know how many did the 5 volunteers plant. So 5 times 0 is 0 ones, 5 times 0 tens is 0 tens, and 5 times 200 is 10 hundreds, or 1,000. So that's the most reasonable. It's definitely not 185, because Hector did that all by himself. Okay. And it has to be more than 500, because if we said Hector had 100, then 5 times 100 is 500. So we probably could have just used also some reasoning skills there on that problem. All right, number 16. Jay and Blair went fishing. Together, they caught 27 fish. Jay caught 2 times as many as Blair. How many fish did each catch? Write an equation and solve your problem. So I'm going to let N equal Blair. J then would be twice as many as Blair. Combined, they caught 27 fish. So what's my equation? So if we add up the ends, that tells us our equation. 1, 2, 3. So 3 times some number is 27. When I finish solving this, that will tell me Blair. So 3 times what is 27? Well, 9 is 27. So Blair is 9, and Jay is 2 times as many. So he's 18. I drew a model to represent Jay and Blair. My equation was 3 times n equals 27. N is 9. So that is Blair's number. And J is 2 times 9, or 18. At the pet fair, Darlene's dog weighed 5 times as much as Leah's dog. Together, the dogs weighed 84 pounds. How much did each dog weigh? So Leah's dog, we're going to let that be N. Darlene's is 5 times as much as Leah's. So whatever Leah's dog is going to be 5 times as many. Combined, they give me 84 pounds. So what's my equation? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times n is 84. So how many 6s does it take to get to 84? That will tell me the weight of Leah's dog. Now, technically, this is a division problem, but we can get there. We can use some basic math facts that we know. For instance, I know that 6 times 10 is 60. So now I know I can just keep adding 6s to get to 84. So 60 plus 6 is 66. Plus 6 more is 72. Plus 6 more is 78. Plus 6 more is 84. Okay, so that's what I want. So 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the 10 I started with. So I already multiplied 6 10 times, and then I had to add 4 more. So N is 14 pounds. So Leah's dog is 14 pounds. But my question was, together they weighed 84. How much does each dog weigh? So Leah's dog is 14. £14, and Darlene's dog is 5 times as much. So that would be 5 times as much. 5 times 4 ones is 21s. Regroup the 21s as 2 10s. 5 times 1 10 is 5, plus 2 more is 7. So Darlene's dog is 70 pounds. We can confirm that that's true because 70 plus 14 is 84. So that adds up right. 5 times 14 is 70. So that would make sense. And finally, number 18. Use the distributive property to model the product on the grid and then record the product. So we're going to have 4 rows of 12. So we have 4 rows of 12. Okay, but we want to use the distributive property. So that means we have to break up the 12 into something simpler to do. So I'm going to use 4 times 10 plus 4 times 2. 10 plus 2 is 12. So 4 times 10 equals 40, plus 4 times 2 equals 8. Add them together, we get 48. So the distributive property for this equation would be 4 times 12 equals 4 times 10 plus 4 times 2. So all we did was break up the 12, which was one big rectangle, into 2. One of the rectangles is 4 times 10. The other rectangle is 4 times 2. Okay. So 4 times 12 equals 40 plus 8. 4 times 12 equals 48. All right, so that's it for the Chapter 2 review. Make sure you practice your skills, and you'll be taking a test on this in a couple of days. So until then, may the numbers always be in your favor.